5 people hacking. What? 5 people hacking. Really? That's... Wait, what? Hold on, coming. Send that to me. I need to post that on Instagram. Yeah, send it to me too.
Okay, hello, Mink. Hello, welcome back to a Davison basketball game.
Yeah.
You put it like maybe.
Oh, and this is a returning game, right?
Yeah, that would work. It's
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cardinal Gymnasium for tonight's league matchup. As your Lady Cardinals welcome the Hawks of Heritage. The privilege of this event was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms that we enjoy. Let us now honor them and all of their efforts. If everyone can please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. And now, let's meet tonight's starters, beginning with the visiting Hawks. Number 4, Brooklyn Isom. Number 11, Regan Hamilton. Number 12, Zaria McCrary.
Welcome back, Davison. We are at the Davison versus Saginaw Heritage basketball game, and I have my friend Tyler Updegraff here as my play-by-play. Tyler, how do you feel about this match?
Connor, this matchup is really interesting. Looking at both teams on our Davison's varsity team, there was a lot of older kids. There's about only three sophomores. But then we're gonna look over at Heritage's varsity team, and we're gonna see that there's almost dominated by freshmen. There's 2 sophomores, and there's about 4 juniors. There's 0 seniors, but these guys are absolutely dominating in the court with an overall record of 14-3, in conference 6-1. Now Davison, they are only 9-8, and for our conference, we are 4-4. This game's gonna be pretty great. Now looking at size matchups, now the Heritage Hawks have looks like a huge size difference with some of their players. They have 2 6'1" players, Mikari, and Odie, number 22. They're very tall, 6'1". That's for a high schooler and a girl, like crazy tall.
That height makes a good player.
We're gonna have a matchup here between the freshman Jocelyn Odie and between Miss Samantha Beller. These two are gonna be facing off our tip-off here tonight. Now, Miss Odie has a lot of height. Looks about good 3 inches. I would say maybe even 5 on Samantha, so it's gonna be rough for Samantha to get. Davison might be intentionally letting this happen and get first possession to try to. Oh, a little confusion on who's coming out. Here, game starts. So Saginaw is gonna get it. Hamilton. Got Odie. Sends it out to the left wing. Hamilton with the ball, sends it out to the left corner. Gonna be into the paint to the sister Odie. 3 by Heritage. Off the mark, right with the ball, driving down. Sends it out to Carradine, but it's gonna get blocked Odie sends it in. The paint gonna
Hawks
get laid down.
number 4,
And we have
Isa.
actually 2 sisters on the court. Number 2, Elisa Odie, and number 23, Jocelyn Odie. These are some bats, and Elisa is 11th grade. And Connor, can you tell me about Elisa real quick?
You know, Lisa actually has 14 Division I schools offering her scholarships right now. That's pretty big, you know, like for being on for D1, that's like the top. That's the top. You know, you can't beat D1 schools.
Yeah, she has tons of offers for D1, which is kind of crazy. We talked to her coach, and her coach said that she's about the 5th best player in the state, and she's a junior. So she has another year, and since they're so good and they're such young players, they have a long time to be playing and to be doing well. Midland's gonna find, the Hawks will find a open lay, but it's not gonna go, and it's gonna go off the mark. That's inbound by Hamilton. Hamilton sends it to Jocelyn. Jocelyn gets a nice lay. Carradine gives it back to Wright. Wright sends it right back to Carradine. She's gonna drive it to the right. Sends it into the paint to Beller. Beller's gonna lose control of it, take her hands off to try to give them a possession. But it was out on her.
Stay free throw line extended.
Gonna go Green's way.
Yep, they're in 13. Higher, wait, up higher.
We're gonna see some of that offense.
Top corner, cut.
Odie sends to her sister.
Odie, look at the cut.
Jocelyn gives it straight back out. Sisters couldn't connect with that pass.
Foul, Cardinal number 24.
And Connor, imagine being on the court and playing with your own sister, your own blood.
Yeah, you know that, like sisters, they have like pretty good, like it's a bond. It's like a bond thing, and maybe that bond could translate into basketball. Like coordination, teamwork, and just having good communication to each other can make a very good team and a team eight.
Elisa was able to find a good lay. Pizzola got heavy pressure on her. Elisa goes up. She's gonna miss. Beller's gonna grab her right with the ball, driving down. Gonna try to spin around them, 2-on-1.
Did you see that, Tyler? Saginaw is showing that they have true passion even with their record is 14-3. That is a very good record for a high school team. It's very impressive. And you can just show that by just looking at their defense. You see that defense, they had 2 people on one and then on one player. And the player could not pass the ball.
And Connor, we talked with the coach, and he said that he likes playing a 1-2-2 press and to really try to force out those turnovers by Davison, which Davison does struggle with. And the coach all throughout the season has been trying to take care of the ball, stop turnovers, and keep the ball in our possession to get some buckets. But it seems to not be that great. And Saginaw Heritage, being a team that's very defensive orientated and very they pressure the ball a lot, it's gonna be very rough for Davison. Right with the ball, sends it to Beller. Beller gonna drive in herself, try to make a solo play, gives it to Carradine out on the top. Carradine finds, right for 3, off the mark. Elisa with the ball. Elisa's gonna drive to the left, send it out to the corner. It's gonna be into the paint to the younger sister. Beller. with the ball, sends it to right. Was intended for right, excuse me. And Heritage is gonna hit the legs of some of the Heritage players, and that's gonna bounce off them, out. It's gonna be out on them.
This is already such an aggressive game. Like we already just saw, all of these passes. Saginaw is able to block all of Davison's passes, which I've not really seen that. Like especially from a team facing off against Davison, I have not really seen that this season. That I've watched.
Yeah.
But it's kind of impressive, you know. Amazing record makes an amazing team, and that record is not failing to show how good this team is.
Bazala is going to pick up the rebound, sends it to right. Right's going to drive to the left. Back to the right. She's going to try to find some way around Heritage. Going to send it into Pearson. Pearson can't make the open lay. And Heritage is going to grab the rebound.
Number 11, Nanget, her first, team second. Checking in for the Cardinals.
Going to be a foul done by Miss Ella Mangi. Heritage.
That's what she had last game, new school record.
Alisa
Really?
gives it to Hamilton. Hamilton. Almost stolen by Beller. Gonna drive in, give it to the younger sister, and she's gonna get a lay through the paint.
Just like I said earlier, you know, that communication that especially this team has is definitely showing through the Davison defense. The Davison's defense cannot keep up with Saginaw, and this has already been shown with a 0-8 score.
Yeah, she's gonna get and one here. Go for it. Can't. Davison's gonna make sure to grab the rebound. Pass around, stolen. And she's gonna go up for a lay. That's Miss McCrary. Pearson. Pressured by two people. Stolen. And a nice lay by Laster. Beller with the ball, sends it up. We have Wright with the ball, sends it into Beller. Beller's gonna try to go for a mid-range shot, not gonna go. Sends it up, thinks about going for three. They're all thinking about going for three, but someone's gonna take it and be off the mark. Sorry, that's McCrary. And McCrary's gonna instead choose to get a lay instead. Grab a rebound and get a lay. McCrary playing lockdown defense. They're gonna get that layup there. Hamilton.
I was not expecting this lead this soon. You know, it's already 16-0, and I don't know how Davison's gonna be able to recover from this.
I don't know either. They're gonna need to focus on offense. Their offense, their defense is looking all right, mediocre at best. Their defense needs to step it up a little bit, but it's mainly that offense. They haven't even gotten a single bucket tonight. The offense has been struggling to get across the court and get points and they keep getting stolen, get good passes, find each other, and that's a big problem when you're getting the ball turned over almost every single play.
Humongous problem.
Humongous problem. Though, Davison, they have been doing half decent on defense. They have gotten their own steals and they have put some good pressure on the ball. If they keep playing good defense and if they really focus and they step up that offense, they can win this game. Beller on the inbound. Sends it out to Wright. Wright sends it straight back. Back and forth between Wright and Beller. Gracie's gonna drive it to the right, sends it to her girl, Beller. Beller's gonna try to drive around. Can't create space. She's gonna get fouled in the process.
Saginaw has found a way to lock down Davison on offense. That's for sure. And that's why the score is 0-16, you know? If Davison can adapt to this, they have a humongous chance. But hey, you know, it's only the first quarter, so I cannot really make assumptions yet.
You cannot, Connor, you are right. And Mangat gets a nice lay. Lassner sends it to the right corner. In the hands of Hamilton. She's gonna drive to the left, call for a cut. She's not gonna do anything with that cut though. Jocelyn thinks about putting in some post work. Hamilton for three. She's gonna sink it right down. Beller drives towards the left. 2v1. 2v1, she can't find somebody to pass to. It's going to be picked up by Lassner.
Foul on Cardinal number 23, Houston, her first.
You know, Tyler, I think the thing that Davison's struggling with is finding out who's open and who they have not covered yet. Just like we saw Bregan, she was up at the top of the arch and made a three because she was wide open. And then once Davison found out that she was open, they ran to her, and then it was too late.
And that's a good example right there. That just happened. Lester, she found some space and she took the three. It's gonna go Davison's way. Swap in. We're gonna have McKenna on the court. She's gonna be inbounding it. Houston gives it to Wright. Wright's gonna lose control of the ball going through some traffic there.
Foul on number 11, Hamilton, her first, team second.
She's gonna get fouled in the process. She's gonna be Pizzala inbounding it. Tries to send it to the left. But Saginaw's gonna pick it up. Jocelyn Odie. Gonna get fouled very quickly.
Offensive foul.
Excuse me.
Number 21,
I missed that. Lassner fouled, actually. There's an offensive foul. Davison's gonna have the ball. McKenna coming off the bench. And she's gonna try to put up some more points. She gets fouled.
McKenna will have the line shooting two.
You know, Tyler, looking at our bleachers, we're looking like Saginaw has more of a student section than Davison does this game.
It's not looking like, Connor. It's a fact. I could see, rough estimate, maybe like 15 people up there, while Davison has 1. And that's not great for the team's mentality and the team, because now you're sitting here, you don't have anybody cheering you up except for your bench. Now all you really do need is you and your team to be great and strive. But when you have a student section and your classmates, friends, family cheering you on and telling you can do better, you can do this, there's nothing like it. It's gonna be the end of our first period. Hey Jenna, will you tell me about the league standings?
The girls are on fire this this year, but let's take a look at where they stand. The Lady Cards are currently 6th in the Saginaw Valley League. They're behind Midland in 1st, Saginaw Heritage in 2nd, Powers Catholic in 3rd, Grand Blanc in 4th, and Mount Pleasant in 5th. We're really seeing the fire that has Saginaw Valley in the top 3 tonight. I'll send things back to the announcers.
Yeah, Jenna, and we're really seeing the effects of that of those standings and how they're at the 2nd seat while we're all the way down in 6th. And that's very, very rough for our team to be able to out here playing against somebody so high in the SVO. When the SVO is a very, very rough league with a lot of great teams like Grand Blanc, like Saginaw Heritage, where you're going to be up against them, and they're great. And even the lowest of the low, for example, Bay City Western, they aren't too great, but they're still good. They might have a bad record, and they might have a bad conference record too. They're still a good team. And that's the really rough thing about the SVL.
You know, you can't really judge a team by their record.
Pizzala, stolen. That's what's been happening all night, and Davison's gonna have to find a way to stop that if they wanna do better. Right, finds McKenna. McKenna almost loses control, but she's gonna give it right back to Wright. Gracie's gonna send it right back. McKenna's gonna give it to Savannah. Stolen by Jocelyn. Jocelyn going up. She finds the lay. Samantha Beller gives it to Gracie Wright. Lesnar fouls her. Gonna hit her arm.
You know, Tyler, what I'm scared of is if the Cards are 3-24 right now, I'm wondering if we ever face it off against Midland again, since they're #1 and Saginaw's #2, I'm wondering how big. I'm kind of scared for the Cards right now if they ever face Midland, because maybe this season also goes over to next season like it goes for Saginaw with their freshmen.
Beller with the ball. Stolen by Saginaw. Stolen again by Davison. Miss Wright sends it into Pizzala. Pizzala tries to throw it up, blocked by Jocelyn. It's a freshman on the court, Connor. Now Jocelyn, she comes in at about 5'11". She is huge. She's really tall, especially for a freshman. That's really, really tall.
Checking in for the Cardinals, #3, Nia Carradine.
Carradine's gonna check in. Davison on the inbound. Pizzala.
Looks like we have a replay. You know, Tyler, it seems like Saginaw has it all. They have good defense, they have good offense, and they have good stamina. You know, they can run down the court and seem like it's nothing compared to Davison, and it's kind of worrying for the Cards.
Yeah, and Carradine's gonna find a good lay in the paint. She's gonna get fouled though in the process.
First basket was good.
She's gonna get and one tonight. She's on the line, throws it up, she sinks it down. Jocelyn sends it out to the left corner. Jocelyn in the paint again, and she's gonna find an easy lay. Beller gives it to Manny Jet.
#4, Isom with a foul, her first, team's third.
Isom gonna foul. And this is really showing that 1-2-2 press that we talked to the coach about, how they're just gonna try to press the ball constantly. We talked to the coach about their defense. They're a defensive-oriented team like we talked before, but they focus on pressure and pressuring the ball. We talked earlier how that's really gonna affect Davison because they struggle to keep the ball, and that's really, really showing, especially on the scoreboard.
Flex low, flex low.
We have Jocelyn. Gives it out to the right. Hamilton sends it into the paint. Gonna find her excuse me, not her sister, but Elisa Odie. Manget tries to get a lay. We have big sister Odie's gonna send it out to the left corner, can't get it. But Jocelyn, she's gonna get a lay. Beller sends it to Carradine. Carradine's gonna lose control of it. It's gonna go straight into Lesner's hand.
You know, Tyler, it's seeming like Saginaw is able to anticipate Davison's movements.
Beller sends it out. Stolen again by Heritage. Isom. She's gonna lay it down. Carradine.
Fouls on number 12, McCrary. Her first.
McCrary is gonna foul her.
Checking in for the Cardinals, number 2, Lionel Pearson. Number 5, Gracie Wright. And for Heritage, number 3, London Newton.
Miss Pearson and Miss Wright are now on the court here. Speaking of Gracie, she's gonna be inbounding it. Gracie finds Pearson. Pearson gives it right back to Wright. She's gonna send it out to the right corner. It's gonna go out of bounds. Heritage's ball. Hamilton sends it out to McCarthy. Big Sis gets fouled. Sorry, travel. Inbound. Savannah, she's actually coming off an injury. That was a week ago. She didn't play for senior night, which was kind of sad. She's one of the best players on the team right now. She does very, very well. She's really, really good. And now that she's back on the court, it hopefully helps her out, but this is her first game back. So it's not working out too, still very rough for her.
Houston checks in for the Cardinals.
Speaking of first game back, it's also Elisa Odie's first game back. She has been on injury for a while too, and this is her first game playing again. You can see the leg braces on her knees. Speaking of her, she drains a bucket.
2 points for number 22, Odie.
Pizzala. Straight back to Pearson. Pearson, again, that 2-on-1 pressure that leads to turnovers like that. Isom.
Number 4, Isom.
Smacks it down. Odie again. For 3. Give her another one. Houston. Gonna pass it over Lila's head. That's gonna go out of bounds.
Checking in for the Hawks, number 20.
We have a replay.
Odie, along with number 30, Olivia Olivia Hart.
And that nice three by Miss Elisa, the big sister of the two. Speaking of the little sister, Jocelyn's gonna give it out to McCray. Newton gives it right back to McCray. We set a screen for her. Travel. Could hear some people in the crowd behind us, the Saginaw's crowd. They should have shot that, but she did have a lot of space to shoot it, and she decided not to, which is interesting. Isom steals it.
Brooklyn Isom with 2 points.
You know, Tyler, Saginaw definitely has been preparing to try to dominate the league. And right now, it's seeming like Davison really does want another win because they won last game. And it's
That's 3.
right now, it's speaking like it's just intense, you know, especially for Davison. It's in a very intense game. It's back and forth. With both teams getting steals, blocking shots, and 5 fouls. That's a lot of fouls for 1 quarter, wouldn't you say, Tyler?
That is a lot of fouls for 1 quarter, so not every single foul after it. They will go to the line. They will shoot some free throws, which can hopefully put more points on the board for the Cards. Speaking of free throws, and she's gonna drain it down.
Kennedy checks in for the Cardinals.
Jocelyn gives it to McCray. McCray sends it to Isom. Isom. McCray back with it. And she's gonna try to pass it to Olivia Hart. But she was a little bit ahead of the ball. And that's gonna go out of bounds. Davison's ball right. Passes the timeline, sends it out to Carradine. Carradine thinks about going for 3. But she's gonna decide not to. Right. McKenna. McKenna's gonna lose control of the ball. Isom. Newton back to Isom. Isom. Can't get her lay to go on the fast break. Right. McKenna. Gonna spin around and try to lay the ball in.
Foul on number 4, Isom.
She's gonna get fouled in the process.
Pearson shooting.
Lila is gonna be shooting.
You know, Tyler, Davison, by the way, we have a replay.
That nice lay by Isom. Lila drains her first. Shooting for her second. She can't get it to go. McKenna's gonna try to grab the rebound and get an easy lay, but can't, and it's gonna go out of bounds. Heritage's ball. Jocelyn. Send it out to the left corner. Straight back to Jocelyn. Jocelyn's gonna find Isom in the paint. Gonna send it out to Hart. Hart back to Jocelyn. Jocelyn's gonna call for someone to cut. Excuse me, somebody just fell behind me. Jocelyn gets a lay. Carradine finds right. Drives to the right. For 3! And she can't hit the buzzer beater. So Jenna, could you tell me some history about the Cards and the Saginaw Heritage Hawks?
The Cards and Saginaw Heritage have a rich history. The Hawks have beat us for the last 5 years. Sometimes it's been really close games, but other times there are huge gaps in the scores. There's a lot of pressure to break that chain tonight. I'll send it into halftime.
It's not, right? It's a very one-sided game, right? It's a very one-sided game. So they one-sided game.
In your corner will leave you in times of need. They don't listen, do they? They don't listen to anything. I'll accept advice if it's not presented ignorantly. Look, cause I didn't multiply the cause of lights. I forced to fight the poison. I've been tempted on this play, fighting, killing twice. The very lights, the other take the parts of my roots. Right, you often I apologize and otherwise I'm all down. Like I'm right behind you, but I'm just trying to cut. I'm like, okay, don't stop talking about travel. It's not the nervous of the old one. I can recognize the fact that I can jeopardize a record line. Trying to give me your attention. This is game time. In the home of the Davison Cardinals. Travel, so I give me a time. I've been up in Cabo with my Billy Santo. Niggas wanna go around, yo. They just mind over mine. I might see McDonald's, but don't think I'm around, yo. I'm a bitch in my bed, we're like Moses walking overseas. And my stick big as a country weed. Every part of it is part of me. Say your brother, man, part of me. All the moments on the ground, and the shaping, and the sound. That's what brings my whole house. And you know that we down. Gotta know that it's time. I'm inside of this jumping. So much that I'm flying. Put you right in the function. Take you right off a line. We got it up. Whenever I'm
contest, if you see someone using poor behavior, please notify facility personnel. Sportsmanship is of utmost importance, and everyone should enjoy the contest in a fun and healthy environment. Thank you for your cooperation. More music is coming up here on Game Time. Here is Davison, play like a champion today. This is Game Time.
All right, what up, Davison? We're back after the half. We had a rough game today against Saginaw Heritage Hawks. Davison isn't doing too hot, but there's been a lot of great highlights tonight. Let's check them out here. See that drive on the baseline. Jocelyn's gonna grab it. She's gonna lay it in. And Connor, the offense for Heritage has been great, but the defense is really where it's been focusing, and a lot of turnovers is the real problem of the game tonight. And Davison can't handle that pressure defense that Heritage so much focuses on is at and best at, and they can't handle that pressure. And it's starting to look really bad for Davison coming into this half. It's 46-10 in favor of the Hawks. Davison is down by 36 points.
You know, that's a pretty big difference, Tyler. But, you know, after this first half, maybe Davison learned and is going to adapt to all these, to their defense and to their offense. You know, because that full court pressure does take a big toll on teams. And I've seen it before, even in the NBA. It takes a big toll. It stresses the players out and makes them, you know, do things without fully thinking of them. And I feel like Davison has, after this half, has adapted to them.
You know, Connor, see, I just had the weirdest thought process. You said full court pressure, right? But you want to know where my head went? My head went to the Bad Boy Pistons. So I watched like a video about it, like a history video, and it was like really me and my father watched it because, you know, we love watching like history videos, learning, especially about the Detroit Pistons. And then that also led me to So Davison is currently 1 game over 500. Similarly, very similar, the Pistons are also 1 game over 500. They're actually facing off against the Chicago Bulls tonight. I know that's your favorite team.
It is.
So we're actually rooting against each other tonight. That game is going to start up at 8 o'clock in 5 minutes, actually, on NBA TV. Sorry, NBA League Pass. Gracie Wright sends it to Carradine. Carradine is going to try to find Wright, but she's a little bit behind the ball. It's going to go out of bounds. Heritage. Jocelyn. Her older sister is not on the court right now. McCrary sends it to Jocelyn. Jocelyn tries to find Isom. Davis is going to steal the ball, though. Beller with the ball. Gives it to Pizzala. Pizzala. Right to right. Pizzala tries to get a lay. She can't get it to go. Jocelyn sends it. Attempts to make a pass to McCrary. She's going to lose control of it. She's not going to be able to grab onto the ball fully. And she's going to lose. The ball's going to go loose, out. It's going to go out of bounds. Manguette tries to lay it up. It's going to go very... It's going to go out of bounds. Heritage. Jocelyn. Finds McCrary. McCrary. Lesnar. She's going to send it right back into McCrary. It's going to be poked away, but Heritage is going to grab it back. Have a nice lay by Hamilton. Right. Pizzal in the left corner. She's going to send it up to the top of the key. That's Samantha Beller with the ball. Samantha gives it to Gracie. Gracie. Up to the top, Carradine. Carradine. Gonna try to send it into the paint. It's gonna be poked away. Grabbed by the Heritage Hawks. They're gonna grab their own rebound. Send it out for a nice mid-range by Isom.
You know, compared to Davison, Saginaw has a lot of height, which can lead to Saginaw getting more shots, like three-pointers and layups and in the paint shots, which that could be very crucial for Davison.
Pizzala gives it right back. Carradine tries to lay it up, but she's stopped. Jocelyn sends it out to Lesnar. Lesnar for three. She can't get it to go. Carradine to Beller. Beller. Past the logo. Beller's gonna send it out to the right wing. Carradine's gonna give it right back to her. Beller's gonna try to go up for a nice mid-range shot, but she can't deal with the pressure. They're gonna grab their own offensive rebound, but they still can't deal with that pressure. They're gonna miss again. Heritage. Jocelyn's gonna get a nice mid-range shot, though she was open walking over. She had a good at least 2 feet. Excuse me, about 6 feet now I think about it. Pizzala to Beller. Beller. Gonna send it right back out to right. Goes for three. She can't hit it. Beller again. Tries to lay it in. She can't get it to go. Isom sends it out to McCrary. McCrary to Jocelyn Odie. And Lil Sis
You know, Tyler,
Can knock one down.
You know, Tyler, right now we are in a running clock situation, which means that Saginaw is over 40 points above Davison. That means the clock will not stop on out of bounces or really anything that would normally stop the clock. Which could be
have a timeout. Okay.
except the timeouts.
Davison's gonna try to stop the clock here, try to give him some time, and try to figure out a way to come back from this game.
You know, Mr. Beamer is very good at making the playlist for these games. We have a replay.
We're gonna have a replay coming up here. Gonna show that pressure and just the pressure and the turnovers that Saginaw's forcing, the pressure they're playing on defense. It really shows why they're a defensive-orientated team. Pearson gives it to Houston. Houston straight to the right. Newton is gonna grab it. She's gonna go. Foul on the cards.
Number 11, Manget, her second.
Foul by Manget.
Taking in for the Hawks, number 30, Olivia Hart.
Inbounding it. Miss Hamilton. Hamilton finds Newton for a nice open lay. Manget. Drives in. Stopped. Big sis. Odie sends it out to the left corner. Hart for three. She can't get it to go. McCrary. Sends it out to the left. Travel.
Gracie Wright checks in.
Going Cards away. Gracie's gonna check in. Gracie with the ball. Houston. Houston gives it to McKenna. McKenna goes in. Knocks down a nice.
You know, there was a wide open lane for McKenna there, and it obviously she thought right, and it successfully got the Cards 2 more points to add on. So Cards come back.
Fouls out of Cardinal.
If they do come back, it'll be very rough. They will have to make points quick and fast. Very, very fast. Almost every single time within probably 5 seconds for them to be able to make a comeback.
Cardinal foul, number 2, Pearson, her second. Team's third.
Hamilton gives it to Lesnar. Lesnar finds Elisa. She can't make it. Right. To McKenna. McKenna finds Right again. Right in the paint. She can't make it. Offensive rebound, but they also can't make it again. Lesnar goes for three. Hits the side of the backboard. But Elisa is gonna grab her rebound. Big sis, McKenna. She's gonna try to go for the buzzer beater. Can't get it to go. Hey, Jenna, I want to see a look ahead. Tell me about this look ahead, looking at what the Davison, what their schedule has up coming up next.
Okay, let's take a look at where the girls are heading next. Next week, the girls are facing Bay City Western on their turf. Then, the girls will be facing Midland Dow at home, looking to put an end to the Chargers' 3-game win streak. On the 24th, the girls will head to Linden to face the Eagles. And the last game of the season will be against Goodrich, who's currently on a 10-game win streak here at home. I'll send things back to the announcers.
Yeah, Connor. Not too bad of a schedule, but they are facing still Saginaw Valley teams, and we talked about that, about how no matter where you're at, really, you're still good. You're still a good team.
If you're still hungry, pizza.
Now, obviously, Heritage is an absolute powerhouse, but Bay City Western and all these other teams, they're about actually quite lower. Excuse me, quite lower in the standings, and that's gonna help Davison out, try to give them some wins. And we talked with Coach, and she said that she's really focusing on winning regionals. Excuse me, focusing on districts, sorry, regional. I mean, obviously everybody's focusing on regionals, everybody wants to go win that. But she's actually focusing on districts, excuse me. And what she sees at the end of districts, she sees awesome face-up between, for me, the school I don't really like, because I have a couple friends that we argue all the time about it, but Grand Blanc, she sees in her head that Grand Blanc is our final opponent for districts, and that's how she wants it to go. And for me, I would love to see that, because Grand Blanc is a team that has absolutely crushed us a lot in the sports, especially this year for the boys and girls, both games. And I'm hoping we get back and we win, and that'd be fantastic to see.
Coach also said she wanted to go farther than regionals too, which I meant districts, which I don't blame them. You know, every team wants to go farther than districts, and it's gonna be a long road. But I believe in Davison that they have the potential it takes to go past. You know,
Newton. Lose control. Gonna be poked out of bounds. Newton on the inbound. Hamilton. Sends it. Newton tries to go up. Can't get it to go. Duran. Straight to Newton. Newton. Back out. Loose ball, but Brownfield's going to recover it. Duran. To Brownfield. Brownfield. Straight to Lesnar. She's going to go and lay it down.
Lesnar with a bucket.
You know, Tyler, Saginaw thinks fast, and just by that one play, she saw that there was an open lane that she could just easily make that layup to add even more of a leverage over Davison.
Right. It's her first. Checking in for the Hawks, number 30, Olivia Hart.
Heritage.
42.
Inbounding it. Newton. We also talked with the Heritage coach, and we asked him, like, what kind of offense he likes running, what he likes doing on the offensive end. And he said that he likes scoring very quickly, quick in transition. He's not worried about setting up an offense. What he's worried about is getting quick buckets. He said around 8 to 10 seconds he wants to get that bucket. Newton. Sends it out. Duran with the ball, sends it to the left corner. Hart. Tries to throw it up. Pearson grabs the rebound. Pearson gives it to McKenna. Gonna send it in. Rice is gonna try to throw it up. It's gonna go over the rim. Newton drains it. Carradine. Gonna see Pearson. Pearson to Rice. Gonna have a replay coming up right here. Check this replay out.
Second, checking in for the Cardinals, number 23.
Layup by Laster. And Hart and her mid-range shot. Duran. McKenna's gonna grab the ball. McKenna driving down the court. She goes up. Can't get it to go. Brownfield with the ball. Brownfield sends it to Newton. Newton sends it out. Newland tries to go up.
Cardinals take a full timeout.
And the Cardinals are going to take a full timeout.
Stop the clock. That's stuff that's what Davison needs. You know, they're regrouping and figuring out a plan to possibly try their best to at least make a comeback, trying to make the score even tighter than it is right now.
Yeah, Connor. And let's talk again about that Beamer special playlist. Always fantastic. I gotta give that man kudos to that guy. I can't stress it enough. What he does, songs he has queued up, every single one hits. There's never been a sleeper that he's played, and I stand by that.
You know,
now,
he's one thing that makes the Davison experience one tremendous thing. You know, you have all the good music, you have a good game, you also have good entrances, and it just is a whole experience in itself to just watch the game in the Davison home.
On the line, Newton. She's gonna go for it. She drains it. You know, Connor, we did talk last game we announced, and we said it's really interesting about like how the warming up for a free throw and how you're getting ready to warm up for it and then you go for it, and how like every player is different, and some players got really cool ones, some players have basic ones, and it's always cool to see somebody's personal style of a free throw. Hart sends it to Newton. Newton. Brownfield. And goes for three by Duran. Duran gets the ball back in her hands. She's gonna send it out to Newton again. Brownfield, stolen by Davison. Brownfield's gonna get it back though. Travel. Davison's ball. Carradine. Davison only has one timeout left, while Saginaw Heritage has all 5. McKenna sends it out the left corner. Beller for 3. Carradine's gonna grab a rebound. Good offensive rebound by her, but she can't get it to go either. Heritage. McKenna stole it. Manget on the fast break. She's gonna go up, lays it down, putting the score 66-14. Newton. Gives it out to Brownfield. Brownfield. Saginaw Heritage passing the ball around, running out the clock. They are in no rush. Thankfully, this is high school, so no shot clock exists, so they can just sit here, chill out, and just keep the ball with them. Davison still trying to apply pressure. Heritage. That's going to be game 66-14. A tough loss, putting Davison at 500, 9-9. It's a new record. Great game tonight.
You know, it's sad to see Davison lose, but, you know, this.
Yeah, Connor, and that game was really interesting. We did have two sister duos. We have Odie, both Odies, and then we have Duran. Now, Emma Duran, she did not play all night, but Emma Duran did. Ava Duran did. Emma Duran didn't. Alisa and Jocelyn did great, and I'm gonna send things over to Jenna with an interview.
All right, tonight was a really tough game. What can your girls take away from a game like this?
We knew going in, Saginaw Heritage was going to be really tough. They're very young, athletic, as you could see, and they play really hard. So what can we take away from this game? Knowing that, you know, when things get hard, that we got to continue playing. And I think we did do that for the most part. It's really hard to play in these games where you feel defeated, but our girls kept pushing through to the very end, and we just got to learn to keep playing when things are hard and match the energy on the floor. And we know we got to get better in a lot of things, and we'll continue doing that.
All right, that's great. And you guys went and you had a running clock during the second half. What were your thoughts during that?
Yeah, again, that's hard because the game goes faster than what you're used to. It's not your normal flow of the game. You know, our rotations were a little different at times. We started the game in a zone, which we haven't done all year. So we just tried giving them another look, a different look than what they've seen us do on film. And, you know, it didn't work out in our favor. But again, Heritage is a very good team. You know, if not this year, next year, they're going to be competing for a state title. So what we pull from this is just to keep getting better, and that's what we're going to do.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's it from us, Davison. Have a wonderful night.